So then it goes in, from that point, we got the wood guitars doing amazing things, going great. Now we get into Carbon Series.
Carbon fiber guitars, that was a tough one for an engineer like Matt to accept. We have 6 patents on our wooden guitars, handcrafted. I mean, it's got a lot of years into this thing. It was hard for him to go backwards in a sense with a lesser engineered product in his eyes, because you can't tweak carbon like you can wood.
Sure.
Each tone wood's got its own voice,
its own life,
and their own personality.
Yes.
Even though the top they're all Adirondack tops, on brand decks or whatever, doesn't mean they're all going to voice the same.
Exactly.
So that's always the tweaking of bracing and thicknesses of tops and whatnot. Carbon is zero. It's exactly the same every time. So now it's up to us to make it sound better through bracing and other things when it comes to chemicals and whatnot that go into this. We originally got into carbon because we were going to start making guitar cases. Did I ever tell you that?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. We wanted to, just give our customers more, and we have Ameritage cases,
which are great cases.
Great cases. Been with them almost since the beginning, really.
Sure.
I think the very first year we had TKL, maybe. I wasn't there then, so we had somebody. But with the technology and the, as a traveling musician, the airlines, buses, semis, load-ins, load-outs, stuff happens to cases.
Sure.
So we figured, carbon technology is really coming up in the last 5 years. 5 years ago,
super strength, lightweight.
So we brought an engineer in because we don't know anything about carbon fiber. We build wooden guitars. And we did prototypes for probably 2 years on making cases. Lefties, right hand, 12-string, 6-string, Camriel, different model sizes, a lot of molds, a lot of technology, a lot of strength, throwing them off the top of the building. Really had fun creating something and trying to wreck it. And then one day, the engineer, he worked on a Saturday while the epoxy and all that was drying. He got bored. He said, maybe I'll just go make a little travel guitar on my own. So he made it over the weekend, and I came in Monday morning and said, hey, check out what I made, little thing. I said, that's kind of cool. And then I got to looking at the numbers like, gee, we're spending a fortune on a case that we're giving away.
Sure.
Or why don't we make carbon guitars that we can actually sell? So we started going that direction with prototypes, spent a lot of time on it. That engineer left us eventually, and Matt Mcpherson redesigned the whole. So the first Kevin Michael Carbon Fiber Series, that was the first engineer. And then when Matt came and re-engineered them, then they switched to Mcpherson Carbon Series, stiffer truss rods, and the whole thing was totally redesigned except the
things are ridiculously
exterior.
Strong right now.
Yeah, outside the shape of the guitar is the same. Everything else, 100% of it's changed. And that's where Matt said, now I'm proud enough to put my name on it, similar to the bridge plate.
Sure.
'Cause it's as good as we can make it right now. So that's kind of how that got going, and then it just turned into a big business for us.
Sure. Now we got multiple patterns. Everybody knows the standard carbon fiber look. Yep. Now we got the honeycomb patterns. There's going to be more in the future.
There's more that we have hopefully coming.
We're not going to be able to tell you what it is right now because this guy's being super top secret.
It's not going to look like your shirt. Tell you that. Just saying.
A bright blue? I think
I'm just saying. It looks good on you. It looks good on you.
Yeah, sure it does, Larry.
Yeah, take my wife, please. Right?
But it is awesome. You were talking to me about that. Again, comes back to that attention to detail when we were talking about the carbon guitars and the strength and things that Matt had to have, stuff that was way beyond anything anybody's going to be able to ever put these guitars through, which is the whole point. Carbon guitars, if you haven't ever checked them out, the point of these guitars is they will take abuse that nobody should ever have to put through, and yet sound and play, and this is what sets your, in my opinion, sets your guitars apart from everybody else's. It's going to play like a wood guitar. It's going to play like a Mcpherson wood guitar. It goes through the same process of build, the same process of setup.
Same builders.
Yeah, okay, same builders. So you're taking the same stuff, and so there's like this seamless transition from your high-end Mcpherson guitar to the carbon guitar, which you can take on the road and put it through its paces. You're not going to sit there and worry about it. It can get cold, it can get warm, you can do that. But Matt goes way beyond where it needed to go, right?
Yeah, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Okay, my hair's been receding for the last years I've worked for him for this reason. I had actually it was the first Kevin Michael series yet. Matt came over and took one off the shelf. Okay, done, sellable guitar, perfect shape. The truss rod is carbon fiber inside the neck. It's 22 million modulus. So steel is around 28, 29 million. So you know that's how stiff that carbon rod was. But it's a carbon neck regardless.
Yep.
So you really don't need this.
That's the support for the carbon thing that's already super hard.
It's already strong. So 22 million, and that's what the other engineer had in there. It's a 1/2 inch wide, 1/4 inch deep, rectangular truss rod, full length of the neck. So Matt takes it, and I said, "Where are you going with the guitar?" He said, I want to test it. Well, play it, hear it. He said, "It's not about playing." He said, I need to see how indestructible it is. Because when people buy carbon, see, if they wrote a check for a $10,000, $12,000 wooden guitar, they're going to take care of that. They write a check for a $2,400 guitar that they feel, or it's being marketed as indestructible. You can wreck anything.
Sure.
If you really want to. And sometimes there's people that will try to wreck it.
Which is fun to watch on the internet.
Oh, it's awesome to watch, yeah. And watch some of my home videos. Hey kid, don't touch my guitar, else I'll hear some pieces. So he took it, and we have a big walk-in oven at one of his other businesses. He heated the guitar up, fully tuned up, and strung up there. And I think it was 180 degrees for 16 hours. Put it in the oven. So the next day, the oven's down, and he takes the guitar out, and he plays it, and he says, "It just doesn't feel right." I mean, it was still solid, playable, absolutely playable and in good shape, but something wasn't right. And it was something, I think, up by the nut, maybe moved a little bit. And so I said, "Well, yeah, you just cost us a $2,400 guitar. Why?" I mean, last I heard, I don't know anybody taking their, trying to get a pizza on their guitar at 180 degrees for 16 hours.
Yeah, nobody does that.
And he says, well...
Except for Matt. And
he said, well, there's people that will take this guitar in Phoenix, Arizona, put it in the back window, and leave it there, thinking that nothing will happen. I need to make sure, because it's our brand. It's Mcpherson's name. And I said, well, if they do that, I sell them a new guitar, right?
Ever the businessman. Well, good for you.
And he says, well, no, we need to take care of people. So then he goes on this search, and it took a while, months to find it. And he found a company that will make this stuff for us at 57 million modulus.
So this is almost twice
as stiff as steel.
Yeah.
And that's the same size truss rod, 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch. And about a month after this, of course, I'm picking on that, like really, kind of crazy here. A month later, I get a phone call from a guy, and he says, I got a little touring guitar, the 3/4 size. He said, something happened to the neck. I don't know if it twisted, it's not right. And it clicked in my mind. I said, sir, where are you from? He says, Phoenix, Arizona. I said, you gotta be kidding me.
I bet that was a beautiful day for Matt in the office.
I started laughing. I said, let me finish this story for you. You're a musician, you left it in the back window of your car. He said, it was just a back seat. I said, 100 and some degrees. He says, yeah, because it's carbon. I didn't think anything would happen. So then I told him then Matt's story, so we're all laughing about this. And I said, I'm going to send you a brand new guitar with the 57 million. Now you're my guinea pig.
Sure.
You bake that freaking thing in the desert as much as you want. And you let me know. And we stayed in touch a little bit.
Hasn't come back yet.
Hasn't come back. He said it's crazy how good they've gotten.
Good.
So there is always a benefit to over-engineering. It's not always about the financials, about pinching pennies and doing a little bit of less this to make more of this. It's if you make it right, do everything right the first time, highest level of excellence you can do, it will pay off in the long run.
And that's why we're excited about Mcpherson guitars, is the fact that we have a guitar that wasn't just, we all know they're not inexpensive guitars. Yeah. But there's a point when you also have to recognize that this is doing the most it possibly can, and that was the point of what he was trying to create, and what you guys are continuing to keep pushing out. Gorgeous woods, gorgeous builds, details that are just above anything else. And then, now the Carbon Series, the same stuff is being put into that at obviously a lesser expensive price. But I can't tell you how many people come into our store and it's like, I need a guitar that I don't worry about. I need a guitar. I've been saying this for a while. Larry, I need a guitar.
Sell that 8x10 I gave you. You get enough to at least get a pick.
But it's true. You can have something that you don't worry about, and that plays as good as everything that you possibly could. So, kudos. I'm wonderful, and I'm excited to see what continues to happen.
Our only issue that we've had with the Carbon is getting people to play it, because they see a Carbon guitar or even a 3/4 size touring guitar, and they walk by it thinking that it's plastic. or that it's just a lesser product for whatever reason, mentally. And if we can just get one, just here, take one strum,
Sure.
and then you tell me yes or no.
Well, that was my push on it too. You know, I'll be honest. When I was first pitched the carbon guitars, I'd been pitched by multiple stores or multiple builders when we first opened the store, and they were like, "Yeah, it's really cool. I like the technology. I love what it does." But it doesn't sound anywhere near to me like a wood guitar.
Doesn't feel like it either.
You know, and I'm not. When I tell people about the carbon guitars, I'm not trying to tell people it's going to take the place of your best guitar that you've ever played. If you love that tone of that wood guitar that you already have, it's going to be hard to come by that.
Yeah.
But this is the closest I've ever come to having a guitar that I would compare to a comparable stage guitar that I've played before. May not be the best one I've had, but it's got that comparison, and it's got all these benefits that are in it. So.
Well, plus, another big plus is we take care of our customers. We take care of their complaints. If there are any, you know, customer service has to have the same excellence as building the guitars. And that's something we're pretty proud of.
I've seen this firsthand, guys. We've dealt with, and nothing has been a major issue that we've.
No, but the customer has a concern. We're going to take it seriously.
And little things, and one of my customers just absolutely loved the fact that he was having a little technical issue with his pickup. Shipped it to you. You guys got it right back to us immediately. Love that kind of customer service. So good for you guys.
Yeah, you owe me for the shipping on that.
I do.
Saying.
You can put it on my bill for the dinner that you're.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, we're glad to have it with you. Thanks for sitting down with us, going through the whole story of Mcpherson.
Well, I made it all up, but it sounds good, right?
I can't wait until Jason has to edit this. Anyway, thanks again. And we'll catch you guys next time from NAMM.